I think it's time to tunnel down and focus on something related to the operation. I went around and I found many things that were broad and I never really tunneled down on them. So let's go into the cases because I keep seeing questions about these cases. So let's go through them. Specifically, what I wanted to cover is what price this case is going to reach during and after the operation, because people are wondering if they're going to drop even more during the operation because it's very close to the 100 stars price. And there's also people wondering about the investment potential of this case. It has a really nice red skin that M4A1 print stream is really nice, going to be very popular, and it also has gloves. Gloves are a big deal when it comes to cases. Gloves are still very hyped up. Seeing gloves in this case is massive for its investment potential. So to start off, what can we expect during the operation from this case? Is it going to keep stable at its current price or is it going to drop further? This is the one I've had to answer on both Twitter and YouTube, mainly my latest video, and it's because people think that the operation stars that you purchase, the 100 stars that you purchase for like $50 or so depending on your currency, that determines the price of items. But all of these people are forgetting that there's actually like a pass to this game where you're supposed to complete the missions, not just buy the stars during the operation, and that pass is way cheaper than the price of 100 extra stars. So let's go through this. The price of the pass is $15. If you go through and you complete the whole pass, you get 100 stars. The Broken Fang case is 2 stars, which would mean that you get 50 cases by the end of the operation. So let's say by the end of the operation you want to sell off all of your cases, but you wanted to break even or profit. You would sell them for 35 cents, you would break even. Anything above 35 cents US, that is profit for you. So usually the logic used is that if you're going to buy an item or you're going to buy something related to an item, you don't want to sell it for less than what you bought it for. So if people are buying 100 stars, they don't want to sell it for less than what the case is worth. And that is what you're seeing from the market the last week or so. You saw that the case would stay stable around the price point that people needed to break even. Well, on Tuesday you can see what happens when new cases get introduced from the market from the operation pass holders, not the people buying stars. Just this last Tuesday, the case dropped about 20 cents temporarily, and it has recently recovered because the people that were dumping once they finished their pass, those people are done selling, so now the price can stay stable. So if you go and you look at the graph right now, you could say, okay, sure, temporarily the price drops, but then it recovers right away. Well, you're not considering the future of this operation. So in the future, there's going to be less YouTubers doing case unboxings, which is a big portion of the market. There's going to be less people generally interested in the new case. Maybe they unbox the item that they want, they open up one of the older cases. So there's going to be less people casually opening up the case. And then on top of that, I don't think you'll see any investors a few weeks into the operation buying this case. If you're going to invest early, you already have. The rest of the people are waiting for the end of the operation to determine what they want to invest in. So honestly, going forward in this operation, there's going to be less interest in this case. There's going to be way less cases sold on a daily basis. And because of that, there's more opportunity for the prices to fall further and for them to fall longer. One of the most influential parts of an operation though is the last month of the operation. What happens at the last month of the operation? The pass goes on sale. So the price will get even lower for what people need to sell it for. You could be selling the case for less than 30 cents and still profiting if you do all 100 stars after buying the pass. But that's not even the most important part. The most important part is that all of the people with their alt accounts, they will be buying the pass on their alt at that time. Along with the people that didn't want to buy until it goes on sale, maybe they're kids, maybe they don't have a job and they want to save the money so they decide to wait anyways even though it's their main account. Or the people that are just new to the game and they thought they'd buy it when it's on sale. I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be running up these challenges on their alt accounts. The operation challenges seem quite a bit easier this time around. I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like there's a ton of 3-star missions that I could just farm super easy. And I am going to be creating more alt accounts because of that. For the Operation Shire Web, I had my main and then 3 alts. With this one, I'm aiming at maybe 6 alts. I think I could do that no problem just off of weekends. Now I will be splitting my items from these different accounts. So I'll be doing stickers, I'll be doing cases, I'll be doing maybe 1 or 2 accounts with random things that could potentially go up in price. But theoretically, if all 6 of my alt accounts were all for cases, I'd be dumping a ton of cases on the market. I would have 300 cases between my alt accounts. That is a pretty large quantity, and if I tried to sell all of those at once, I could single-handedly lower the market, I guarantee it. So when people speak of these cases and they say that it will mostly keep its price where it's at right now, or it might fall a little bit, I think they're crazy. I think this case is going to see a very noticeable dip. I think the dip will last throughout till the end of the operation. It could recover after the operation very fast, but we'll get to that later. But honestly, I don't see this case holding its current price. It recovered this time. I don't know if it'll recover next time, the time after that, the time after that when the pass goes on sale. I think at some point this case is going to stop recovering. But anyways, enough of that controversial stuff. Let's move on to the more happier news, the case after the operation. So comparing it to the Shattered Web case, I think these cases will be very similar a few months after the operation. The Shattered Web case I think will start at a higher price point right after the end of the operation because of the unpredictable system that last operation. You weren't able to buy all cases or anything like that. So I think that will play a factor. But I think the Broken Fang case has way better long-term potential compared to the Shattered Web case. The Broken Fang case has the M4A1 print stream, which is a very popular skin. It will continue to be very popular. It is very nice. People will open up the case just to unbox this skin. But on top of the skin, it also has gloves, which is very important to cases. It is why the clutch case is going to succeed. It is why the glove case has already succeeded. The problem with the Shattered Web case is it didn't have long-term potential. In terms of the skins, some people liked the containment breach, some people didn't love it. So it was a pretty good skin, but it wasn't amazing. But the biggest thing is the Shattered Web knives. The Shattered Web case got its value off of the new Shattered Web knives. Unfortunately, when the Fracture case came out, all of that hype left the case and the case just tanked. That is why you see the Shattered Web case at the price it is today. There's nothing amazing about it anymore, and because of that, the price of the case just isn't worth it, and people are not unboxing it, and because of that, people are not investing in it right now. What the Broken Fang case benefits from is Gen 3 gloves will always be important. Even if a new case gets the same Gen 3 gloves, it will not crash as hard as a Shattered Web case, and I will die on that hill. I don't care what anyone says. This Broken Fang case cannot crash as hard as Shattered Web. I don't think it's possible. The only way it drops that hard is if it gets reintroduced into the common drop pool, and I do not see that happening. So for what I recommend for that case, if you're looking to buy up a bulk of these cases, if you personally believe that this case has long-term potential, will be a good investment, I would not buy it right now. I see the price dropping. I would buy it near the end of the operation when all of the alt accounts sell off their cases if they want to sell them off, and then you can buy up all of these cases. Moving on to after the operation, I don't see the same spike that the Shattered Web case had, because there's probably going to be more of these cases because everyone's telling everyone to invest in these cases. There are going to be millions of these cases in inventories, so I don't think it will have the same spike that the Shattered Web case had. But I think the long-term potential looking a year to 2 years from now is much higher in this case than it is in the Shattered Web case, and depending on if a new case comes out with Gen 3 gloves, potentially the Hydra case too. Now whether you agree or disagree, if you like my videos, like the content and subscribe, and I'll see you guys probably in a few days here because I'm going to try and get these videos out. And I think I actually fixed my audio. Let's see how bad this sounds. Hopefully I fixed it. If not, I'm going to be tilted while editing this. Thank you for watching.